That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We do have a few safety rules to go over. First off, if at any point during the tour you need any guest assistance, have a medical emergency, or you drop something of value off the side of the tram, or have any sound or video issues, reach up and grab the red cord that runs along the center of the ceiling of the tram, and I'll be back to assist you as soon as it's safe to do so. Otherwise, if the tram is moving, please stay seated with your arms and legs inside the vehicle at all times. Please, no smoking of any kind during the tour, and be prepared. Our tour today does feature loud noises, sudden tram movements, fire, and water effects. Have those cameras ready for some great photo opportunities, but keep an eye on them so they don't get wet. And finally, for your safety and those around you, please refrain from using any selfie sticks while on the tour today. I know, a bit of a weird one, but just for today, guys, put the selfie sticks away. All right, we are now leaving the theme park behind, heading down to our front lot, and as we make our way down, you'll notice on both the left and right-hand side of the tram posters from just a few of the thousands of movies we've made over the last 100 years here at Universal Studios. And you guys did hear me right, I did say 100 years. Making movies a long time. Ever since the silent movie era with our black and white films to our modern films we have today. And if you look at the top of every poster, you'll notice and see how our logo has changed over the years as well. Now, all these films, they're all in chronological order, so keep an eye out. You guys might see one of your favorite movies as we make our way down. But you know, speaking of old classic black and white films, we came across one not too long ago. I think it's a great classic film, and you guys will love it. I'm not going to tell you the title, though. I want you guys to guess. So let's see if you know what movie this is right here on your screens.
I have the room ready for you and Mrs. Barrington.
Thank you, Walter.
Did you hear that? Mrs. Barrington.
Not quite, darling, but soon. Very, very soon. Bella.
Yes?
Have a bottle of champagne sent to the room at once. And make sure that we are not disturbed for any reason.
All right, so you guys can tell that's not an old classic black and white film. In fact, Jimmy Fallon actually shot this inside Soundstage 20, one of 28 sound stages located down here on our front lawn. We primarily use our sound stages to film interior scenes for a lot of movies and TV shows. But now that you've seen what the inside of a soundstage looks like, probably wondering what the outside looks like. Well, coming up on your left-hand side, you'll see Soundstage 12, one of our largest sound stages and currently home to NBC's hit singing competition, The Voice, which will be returning for its 12th season later on this month. They'll have returning coaches, Adam Levine and Blake Shelton, on the show, and with them this season, Gwen Stefani and Alicia Keys. And the whole show is hosted by Carson Daly.
Hi everybody, I'm Carson Daly from NBC's The Voice. I want to welcome you to the Universal Front Lot. Our show is filmed on stage 12. It happens to be the largest sound stage on the Universal lot. Take a look.
I am that.
Right there's a good look at the inside of Soundstage 12. Looks like, again, one of our largest sound stages, as you can see compared to that car right there. It's pretty big. Now, speaking of sound stages, we're going to be passing by a few more on our left. Right now, we're going to be passing by sound stages 25 and 24, home to USA Network show Colony, starring Josh Holloway, who you may also recognize as Sawyer from Fox's Lost. And inside stage 24 is also where Steven Spielberg filmed the kitchen scene for Jurassic Park, where the kids are hiding from the velociraptors. It all happened right inside there. They built an entire kitchen and using animatronics as well as CGI brought dinosaurs to life for that whole scene, and it was pretty awesome. And right next door we have sound stages 23 and 22, home to NBC's comedy Superstore, starring America Ferrera and Ben Feldman. You can kind of see inside the sound stages right now. The show takes place inside of a box store, and the entire store is actually built inside both those sound stages. Now, the show itself is a bit of a cross between Family Guy meets The Office. Already right there, that's a pretty good combo. But speaking of The Office, up ahead we have Soundstage 27, home to the Mindy Project, starring Mindy Kaling.
Hi everybody, I'm Mindy, and welcome to the world-famous Universal Studios Tram Tour. I wish I could join you, but I'm really busy shooting my show, The Mindy Project.
Also, you were banned from the tramps because he jumped off one and tried to hug Steven Spielberg.
For your information, he loved it, okay? And Mr. Spielberg, if you're out there, I'm waiting for our close encounter.
Leave the guy alone, he's super busy.
I think we had a connection.
I'm a big fan too, Mr. Spielberg.
Edit this out, please.
Mindy Kaling, you may remember from The Office. She was a series regular, as well as a writer and a producer on the show. But now she's a star and creator of her own show, The Mindy Project. You guys can catch up with the show on Hulu. Now, here at Universal Studios, we're actually part of NBC Universal, which happens to be the largest entertainment company. NBC Universal not only consists of Universal Studios, but some of your favorite television networks, including NBC, E, Sci-Fi, USA, Bravo, Telemundo, NBC Universal, the Golf Channel, CNBC, MSNBC, the Weather Channel, Oxygen, Esquire Network, and NBC Sports, just to name a few. Now we are going to be passing by just a few more sound stages to the right. We're passing by Soundstage 44 right now, which is home to The Good Place, starring Ted Danson and Kristen Bell on NBC, as well as Hollywood Game Night with Jane Lynch. And it's currently being used for a new season of Anti-Tribeca on TBS, starring Rashida Jones. We also filmed some stunt work for Furious 7 in there as well. And, oh, ladies and gentlemen, our first celebrity sighting of the day. Star on your left, star of Ted and Ted 2, Ted the Teddy Bear. How you doing, Ted? Says he's doing great. Right now, Ted's hanging outside our bungalows here on the left, which serve as production offices for writers, directors, and producers whenever they have big projects here on the lot. Currently, Illumination Entertainment is housed in some of these bungalows. They brought you films like Despicable Me, Minions, Secret Life of Pets, and their new film, Sing, starring Reese Witherspoon, Matthew McConaughey, and Family Guy creator Seth MacFarlane.
La. This city's been going through some pretty rough times. So, what do? A car wash? No. A singing competition. Come on, lady, come on, lady. People say you're Humpty. You're really funny looking. Run like the wind.
Oh my gosh. Look at her butt. Oh my gosh.
You okay? Oh, yes, I'm fine, thank you.
How are you?
Why aren't you rehearsing? They said I'm an egomaniac. I don't even know what that means.
Rated PG.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be leaving our front lot behind, heading into the world-famous back lot, where the world is literally just around the corner. We shoot the big stuff out here, a lot of exterior scenes on a very large scale. But before we venture into the back lot, I just want to take your attention to these two new sound stages to the left. These are currently being used for a new production on NBC called World of Dance, being produced by Jennifer Lopez. The show will showcase many of the world's best dancers on the show, and they'll be judged by Jennifer Lopez herself, as well as Neo and Derek Huff, who also appeared on Hairspray Live on NBC, which they used these two sound stages for as well. But not only that, but they also utilized our Metro sets out here on the back lot to film the exterior scenes for Hairspray Live as well. The show consisted of Derek Huff, Martin Short, as well as Kristen Chenoweth, Harvey Fierstein, Ariana Grande, and many other talented dancers and singers as well. Now we are about to enter into our Metro sets, which is short for Metropolitan, because we can build any major metropolitan city out here on the back lot. If we need to film in places like Chicago,
chụp ở đây đi. Chụp ở đây đi.
one thing down, and in comparison, it looks a lot bigger. As we head on in on the right-hand side, you'll see our Trump Lloyd wall here, which is a painted building that we use for background for TV shows and movies. You'll be asking yourselves, how can this flat surface make it seem like we're in a big city? Well, with cameras, lights, and editing, we can make this flat surface really come to life. We even have actual functioning doors on the wall, so you can have extras walk in and out, give it more of a realistic look to it as well. Now to your left, we're right now in London Square, which has been used as India for the Mindy Project, when one of the doctors traveled to India to practice medicine. It has also been used in Marvel's Agent Carter as well. We're going to take you guys, though, from this small section of our metro sets and take you into the heart of it all as we head on over to the Big Apple, aka New York Street, which have had big movies like Transformers with Shia LaBeouf shot out here, Jingle All the Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger, as well as Captain America: The First Avenger starring Chris Evans. Now, nobody knows New York better than my co-host Jimmy Fallon, so I'm going to go ahead and let him take it from here. Jimmy, take it away.
Hey everyone, welcome to New York. I got my start right here in New York on Saturday Night Live. This is actually my old neighborhood. What's got mugged over there? An old woman. Tough lady. This is my favorite hot dog guy. Hey, buddy. How's it going? Remember me? No. Just like old times. Gotta love New York City. I'm walking here! I'm walking here! It's cool, guys. I was just walking there. So it's not exactly New York, but a lot of times when you see New York in the movies, it was shot right here on the Universal Metro sets. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. Even if you make it here on the Universal lot.
And we definitely have made it here. Tons of movies, TV shows, commercials, and music videos shot on these city streets. And if you guys look out to the right, this green doorway right here is actually the outside of Mindy Kaling's office on the Mindy Project. So when you see the show and you see the outside of her office, you'll know that you were here. Now, we owe a lot of thanks to Steven Spielberg for the construction of these sets. He oversaw a ton of the planning. But he's not the only director we've worked with over the years. We've worked with many others, including Ron Howard, Angelina Jolie, and even Peter Jackson, director of Lord of the Rings and King Kong.
It's the original King Kong that made me want to direct movies. I saw that movie on TV when I was about 8 or 9 years old, and I wanted to become a filmmaker. I like films that just take you away from your real life and sweep you up in adventure. Kong literally does that. I mean, you're on board the ship, you're sailing to a lost island, you're encountering monsters and creatures from, prehistoric times. So I was thrilled when Universal invited me back to Skull Island, and it's great to have you along for the ride. Now, we have created this 3D immersive experience, so you're going to have your glasses ready. Don't put them on yet, but just have them in your hand because we're about to return to Skull Island.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to return to Skull Island, so please remain seated and hold on to any loose belongings. It's going to be a bumpy ride on our way back to Skull Island.
He's lived here for hundreds of years. It was so true.
Okay, glasses on, everybody. We're back in Skull Island.
Rồi, thấy kim cương kìa, thấy chưa? Đó, thấy chưa?
Ladies and gentlemen, King Kong 360 3D!
Nhìn cả cái phong cảnh nó universal, ai cũng biết vô là nó và nó đập chán đi á, mình lại nó xoạch chán quá đi. Vô cảm lại ngồi ngồi nhớ có người rửa ra, có cần rửa ra, có cần rửa bắt được hắt hắt. Rồi cái hầm người ta đi vô. Cái bồng lát đó đứng đây không? Cái người buồn nó không sao, ngày nó không sao. Nhà nó không sao, không sao thì nó đi. Cái phải làm tiếp nữa, phải làm tiếp phải hát hát. Cái nó mới tới nữa, cái nó nói không được. Nó không chịu, nó nói như vậy là không được, phải nó coi nó khác coi làm sao.
Nhưng mà nó thứ là 2 lần nó, một là nó khám, hai nó không cho vô.
Tướng nó chưa ra mà không. Không có đi đợi anh Tuấn nè. Không nói chuyện mà chưa vô trong thời gian nhiều lắm chứ không nổi. Đây nhiều lắm chứ không nổi. Đi nhiều lắm mới đi nổi. Đúng rồi, nó xong đi từ sáng đến chiều. Nhiều show chưa con hết. Ở đây 6 giờ đóng cửa con đi thì dọn.
Có số ra xe rồi đó. Tuấn đi toilet, Tuấn đi toilet đúng á.
Có đạo đứng đây tôi chụp tay cầu cho mày nè. Ở đây 6 giờ đóng cửa mà chỗ nào đông đây thôi. Ngồi đợi như vậy ở đây nó mát. Còn 4 người kia chưa ra mà.
Còn
2 vợ chồng.
chắc chúng có hoành vô nó kiếm nữa đó. Ra ngoài chờ.
They're looking in all directions. There's creatures coming at them. They're seeing Kong from this side and T-Rexes from the other side.
Working on a movie, we always know where people are looking. They're looking straight ahead. They're looking at the shot that we're working on.
Here you have to take into account that people are looking in all directions.
Also, one of the things about this ride, unlike the movies that we're used to working on, there's no cuts because it's one giant shot. This tram that's driving along through Skull Island is where the camera's from. This ring represents where the screen is 10 meters away.
We're really creating about 50 minutes of a feature film. That amount of visual information, that number of pixels, and presenting them to the audience, it's a hell of a ride.
Now I'm sure many of you may have noticed we did lose one of our cars in the action. One of the dinosaurs actually ripped it off our tram and pulled it on screen. And whenever that happens, whenever a vehicle appears in a movie or a TV show, we call it a picture car. But a lot of times, picture cars become just as famous and recognizable as the stars who actually drive them. Look out! Oh! She's fine. I hope. And coming up ahead on the left-hand side, you'll be able to see some picture cars we have here on our studio lot from various TV shows and movies. One of my personal favorites is the 1946 Ford convertible. That was Biff's car in Back to the Future. Great-looking car, just smells terrible. We also have our first ever eco-friendly cars, the Flintstones vehicles, powered by feet. Very green around here. So you have Fred's car from the front, then Barney's, and even a sports car from the Stone Age. Speaking of sports cars, we can't talk about picture cars without talking about Fast and Furious. We have some of their cars here as well. Their entire franchise is built around cars after all. Now, picture cars don't have to just be cars. They be any kind of vehicle, like the gyrosphere from Jurassic World, which some of you may be noticing is missing the glass that should be surrounding it. The gyrosphere in the movie is more like a hamster ball that drives around. And the glass was actually not built at the beginning. They built it without glass for two reasons. Number one, glass is very difficult to film. Shines light, it's very reflective, so it's too hard to film. Number two, our young actors inside the vehicle would have been surrounded by glass when heating lights point at them. Would have been very uncomfortable to be in there. So to spare them discomfort, they built it without glass and instead digitally added it in later on after they were done filming. So the glass in the movie isn't really there. However, this Mercedes here on the right, that is a real Mercedes used in the Lost World Jurassic Park, starring Jeff Goldblum, Julianne Moore, and Vince Vaughn. And you know, if we're going to keep on talking about Jurassic Park, I need a good intro for you guys. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome
to Jurassic Park.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Indeed, welcome back to that little island off the coast of Costa Rica. On both your left and right hand side, you'll see set pieces, props, and vehicles used in the Lost World, including this mobile lab here on the left. Julianne Moore, Vince Vaughn, and Jeff Goldblum dangle for their lives inside of this mobile lab after being pushed off the side of a cliff by two T-Rexes in the movie. Now, the cliffside itself was just a parking structure that we decorated up a little bit to look like a cliffside, but it wasn't really any danger for our actors. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I hate to alarm you guys, but we are currently being attacked by dinosaurs as we speak. Second car, I'm so sorry. Third and fourth car, be careful. They are shooting poisonous acid at us. Don't worry. It's only dangerous if it gets on you. If it didn't get on you, you're fine. If it got on you, though, sorry. But as I said, that mobile lab was used in the Lost World, and in this scene, in fact, right here. Now, something you may be noticing in this scene is rain is playing a huge role in upping the tension and the suspense for the action. Weather plays a huge role in any film. Helps with the tone and the mood for what you're about to see. But looking ahead, we're going to find out what the weather's like for us today on our tour with our buddy Al Roker from the Today Show. Al?
Hi, everybody. Here's today's forecast for the Universal Backlot. It's going to be sunny and dry in 6 Points, Texas. Cool and cloudy in Little Europe. Expect snow and sleet on New York Street, and we've got a high chance of fog and precipitation for Skull Island, Amity Island, and Island Noir. That's your forecast for today. Now here's a look at what's going on in your neck of the lot.
That's not good. Al Roker just issued a flash flood warning here in Old Mexico. This is not good, guys. And it's a pretty sunny day, but if it starts raining, we may have to call it quits early and head back to unload. But I think we might... Oh, no. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so sorry, but as you can see, the weather conditions today have just gone really bad. We do have to call it quits early and head back to unload. I know, guys, I know. You guys want to see more of the studio, I get it. But the conditions, they're just so... fake. You guys, that's not real rain. It's real water, just not real rain. We're actually shooting water up into the air using a sprinkler system and letting it naturally fall to the ground, making it look like rain. With a little lights and sound, we can make it seem like there's thunder and lightning on its way as well. However, this does seem like a lot of rain, though. Let me see if they can calm it down just a... What's that sound? Oh, no, there's that flash flood. Guys, be careful. This could get bad. Hang on. Oh, no. Oh, this isn't good. I didn't bring my floaties or anything. Hang on. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I did warn you, however, there would be water effects today. But don't worry, guys, don't worry. You're only going to get wet today if you're in a blue seat. So double check, make sure you guys are all in blue seats. Never mind, sorry. Scratch that. But actually, that effect you were part of was seen in a movie called Big Fat Liar, starring Frankie Muniz and Paul Giamatti. And here it is in action.
You can't outrun the wolf, kid! Yeah, we'll see about that.
Now, as we leave Old Mexico behind, you'll be able to see coming up on the left and right hand side parts of our western sets. Up ahead on the left hand side is 6 Points, Texas. On the right, down this way, is Denver Street. Now, you may be noticing something a little odd about a lot of the buildings out here on the western sets. All the doors appear to be different shapes and sizes. That's because all our actors are different shapes and sizes as well. Sometimes we had cowboys that are a bit on the short side. So to make them seem a lot taller and tougher, we actually put them next to a much smaller door, and on screen gives the illusion that they're a lot taller than they actually are. The same can be done in reverse. You want to shrink someone down, put them next to a much larger door, makes them seem a lot shorter as well. But big names like John Wayne, Clint Eastwood, and Jimmy Stewart went moseying down both these streets over here to the left and right. And those are just a couple stars. Here's a few more.
Stir things up here. You bet I am.
How dare you hit that man?
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are coming across some active filming going on our studio lot. Over there to the right-hand side, you'll see the set of Home and Family, a talk show that airs on the Hallmark Channel and films on our lot every day on the weekdays. And they are currently filming inside their house over there, so I do have to go off microphone when we get a little closer, but I'll let you guys know when that time comes. And you guys are more than welcome to talk amongst each other. We just ask you keep it to a hushed roar as to not interrupt the filming. But to get to the house where they filmed Home and Family, we gotta go through one of my personal favorite areas of the back lot. Because out here is where monsters were born. Creatures like Dracula, Frankenstein, the Wolfman, Invisible Man, Hunchback of Notre Dame, you name them, they all got their start terrorizing villagers out here in Little Europe. Currently, however, Little Europe is being used for The Good Place, starring Ted Danson and Kristen Bell for their show on NBC. But this is more historically and well known as the birthplace of many of our iconic Universal movie monsters. Monsters are a huge part of our history. We make sure never to forget that.
When we think of Universal, we think of monsters.
Dracula, Frankenstein,
Wolfman,
Bride of Frankenstein,
The Mummy,
The Hunchback of Notre Dame,
The Invisible Man,
Phantom of the Opera.
classic films. They're just brilliantly made.
That Frankenstein image, flathead, bald. It's one of the great icons of the world.
That to me was like the essence of the Universal horror film. And I was just mesmerized by this movie. Boris Karloff, Lon Chaney.
I remember the original Universal Studios Mummy movie really scaring me.
They still ring in our memories now, and we love them.
Ở Trung Quốc hay là kiểu kia ha, nhà này nhà Tây rồi.
Đúng rồi.
phun nước.
Look, they're sweet.
He looks very upset.
Oh, when I talked to him, he said the guy died in his arms.
That's with the FBI?
FBI, yeah. Hear about the human remains.
That's him. Right over there.
You alright?
Thank you for being in there with us, ladies and gentlemen. We are working in the studio after all, so we do have projects going on every single day. But as you can see, we've now headed into our subway set, which has been featured in the show Bones. Sorry. Oh. Alright, everyone relaxed. Okay, it's a small tremor, happens all the time. Please remain seated, though. It could get worse. It got worse. Okay. Everyone stay calm. It's alright. Nothing to panic on, guys. Nothing to worry about. Just remain seated. We'll get through this. Oh, boy. Uh-oh. Oh, no. No. Nothing to worry about, guys. I'm here in California, and I deal with this all the time. This is nothing. We call this a Tuesday. It's going to be okay. Just maybe hold on to a loved one. We'll get through this together. No need to panic. I'll let you know when it's time to panic, guys. All right? I'll let you know. There's fire on the floor. It's time to panic. It is time to panic, guys. Oh, no. No. Okay. I think it's... Okay. Hang on. Jesus. Oh, no, the train. What's that? Okay, guys. Okay, I think the worst of it is over. We can relax now. We can head in, out, and oh, boy. Hang on. And the scene. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. Call yourselves true Californians. You just survived earthquake. The big one. Congratulations. That effect was also seen in that same episode of Bones you just saw with Emily Deschanel and David Boreanaz. And here it is in action.
Khán giả đóng cũng vậy là lưu ý vậy hay anh.
What's going on?
Đó.
Now, I'm sure for a lot of you, that was your first earthquake ever. Gotta say, you guys handled it like pros. So you know what? I'm gonna reward you guys and take you on a vacation from your vacation. We're gonna head on over to this nice little town called Amity. Great tourist spot, great beachfront area. You guys are gonna love it. And ignore that sign, ladies and gentlemen. The beach was closed due to a man-eating shark, but the shark has been caught. It is now safe, I assure you. In fact, my carpool buddy, George, he's in the water right now making sure everything's all clear. And if you look out to the right, you can see George's boat out there right now. Now, I'm going to double check with George, make sure everything's all safe, but please remain seated as I do so. George, come in, George. How's it looking down there, buddy? Can we go swimming today? Oh, no. George, come in, George. There's a little shark in the water. Get out of the water, George. George! Swim, George, swim! Don't just stand there, get out of the water! George! That's not good. Well, he was my ride home, so I need a new ride. That's... Oh, clear the area, right. Please remain seated, guys. Look, a pretty big shark. I don't want to jump on our tram. You know what? We're going to get behind these barrels of gas for safety. Nothing says safe like barrels of gas. Oh. The shark is pulling the dock. Gas is flying everywhere. This isn't good. Oh! Well, at least it's warm now. That's good. But you know what? Sharks hate fire. This is a well-known fact. We're going to be safe, guys. We're going to be okay. You guys need to relax. I heard a lot of you guys yelling. You guys gotta calm down. And no worries, ladies and gentlemen, no need to panic. That's just Bruce, the mechanical shark used in Jaws. And the only shark in the world that can do a backstroke. Way to go, Bruce. Now, shout out nice and loud if you know it. Does anybody know what kind of shark he is? Shout out. great white, very close. He's actually a plastic shark, completely fake, not real at all. But Bruce is his name, and Bruce is more of a terror off-screen than he was on-screen. You see, they tested the mechanical shark out in freshwater inside stage 27, and he worked great. He was ready to film right away. However, when they took him out to the Atlantic Ocean in the salt water, all the salt got in the system and made the shark sink to the bottom of the ocean floor. The crew then nicknamed the production Flaws, as there are so many issues with the shark alone, and that's actually why you rarely see the shark in the movie.
That's a much maligned shark. The shark was frustrating. It didn't really work all the time. It didn't work hardly at all. Wherever